I thought time would do the work. I always believed time fixed things, not because I was optimistic, because it was easier than trying. When she first said she felt alone with me, I didn't argue. I didn't deny it either. I just nodded, as if acknowledging the problem was the same as solving it. Her name was Claire. We met the way adults do, through timing, convenience, and mutual exhaustion. No sparks, no chaos, just two people sitting across from each other, realizing silence didn't feel awkward. At first. Claire liked clarity. She asked direct questions. What do you want? What are you afraid of? Where do you see this going? I respected that about her. But respect is not the same as participation. I answered carefully, never fully, never falsely, just enough to keep things moving. I told myself that was honesty. We moved in together after a year, not because we planned it, because it happened slowly. Her toothbrush appeared, her clothes stayed longer, her mornings overlapped with mine. One day she didn't leave, and I didn't ask her to. People think distance shows up as absence. They're wrong. It shows up as routine. We functioned well. We paid bills. We hosted dinners. We talked about work. She learned my coffee order. I memorized her schedule. From the outside, we looked steady. Inside, something stayed unfinished. Claire noticed before I did. She always did. One night, she asked me if I ever imagined a life without her. The question came quietly. No accusation. No drama. Just curiosity. I said no. That was true, but not complete. I had never imagined a life with her either. Not because I didn't care. Because imagining meant choosing, and choosing meant risk. She didn't push. That should have scared me more than if she had. Weeks passed, then months. Nothing broke, nothing healed. That was the problem. I started working later, not because I had to, because it delayed conversations, because silence felt safer than saying the wrong thing. Claire began waking up before me. She sat by the window in the mornings, coffee untouched, looking out, but not really at anything. One morning, she said, "I feel like I'm waiting for you to arrive." I laughed, not because it was funny, because I didn't know how to respond. She didn't laugh back. That was the moment I didn't recognize at the time, the one everything else would trace back to. I thought time would soften things. I thought consistency was commitment. I thought staying was enough. I was wrong right away. I just didn't know. That's something people misunderstand about endings. They imagine slammed doors, raised voices, final speeches. This wasn't that. This was erosion. She stopped asking certain questions, not because she had answers, because she was tired of waiting for mine. I noticed the changes slowly, the way you notice a room getting colder. You don't remember the moment it happened. You just realize you're uncomfortable. She stopped telling me about her day in detail. Summaries replaced stories. Work was fine. I'm tired. Nothing special. I accepted that at face value. I was good at that. One night, she sat across from me at the kitchen table, the table where we had once talked until midnight. She folded her hands. That was new. Claire never folded her hands. "I need to know if you see me as permanent," she said. No anger, no ultimatum, just a line in the sand. I felt pressure rise in my chest, not fear of losing her, fear of being seen. I told her I cared. I told her I was committed. I told her I wasn't going anywhere. All true. All insufficient. She listened carefully. Then she asked the question I'd been avoiding for years. "Do you choose me?" I didn't answer fast enough. That pause did more damage than any wrong word could have. I said yes, but my voice didn't carry weight. It sounded like agreement, not decision. She nodded slowly, as if confirming something she already knew. After that, things became polite, and politeness is often the final stage before goodbye. She started spending weekends away, friends, family, solo trips. She didn't explain much. She didn't need to. I told myself space was healthy, that relationships matured, that this was normal. What I didn't admit was that the silence felt familiar, comfortable. It asked nothing of me. One night, I came home late. The apartment was quiet, too quiet. Her coat was gone. Not all of them, just the one she wore the most, the one she loved. I checked the bedroom. Her suitcase wasn't there. That should have relieved me. It didn't. On the kitchen counter, there was a note. Not dramatic, not long, just a few lines written carefully. I'm not leaving because you don't love me. I'm leaving because you never let me feel chosen. I sat down, read it again, then again. For the first time, time didn't feel like a solution. It felt like evidence. I stayed there until the room went dark. Not thinking, not moving. I realized something uncomfortable. I had confused stability with intimacy, presence with participation, silence with safety. And now, because I didn't care, because I didn't know how to reach someone I'd already let go of emotionally. The apartment stayed half furnished for weeks. Her empty drawer, the space in the closet, the mug she always used, still in the cabinet. I didn't move anything. I told myself it was respect. It was fear. Friends asked how I was doing. I said I was fine. They nodded. Men understand that word. Time didn't heal anything. It clarified. I started hearing her voice in moments where silence used to feel comfortable, when I made decisions alone, when I came home late, when nothing waited for me. I replayed conversations, not the arguments, the pauses, the moments where she looked at me, expecting something I never gave. One afternoon, I found a receipt in an old jacket, her handwriting on the back, a grocery list, milk, bread, time. I stared at that last word longer than I should have. I realized something then. She hadn't asked for promises. She asked for presence, for choice, for evidence that she mattered specifically, not generically. Months passed. I learned how to speak more honestly. Too late for her, but not, I hoped, for me. I ran into Claire once, by accident, a cafe near my office. She looked calmer, grounded. We exchanged a few sentences, neutral, kind, careful. Before she left, she said something that stayed with me. I hope you don't wait so long next time. That night, I didn't distract myself. I didn't work late. I didn't scroll until sleep. I sat with the discomfort. For the first time, I let myself admit the truth. I hadn't been afraid of losing her. I'd been afraid of needing her. Time didn't fix what I broke, but it taught me something precise. Love doesn't fade because of chaos. It fades when it feels optional. Now, when someone asks me what I want, I answer. Not perfectly, not bravely, but honestly. Because silence never kept anything safe. It only delayed the loss.